As we honor Black History Month, it is important that we remember those who forged the way for so many others. One such person is North Hempstead's Cato Sands. During the late 1700s, 17% of Long Island's population consisted of Black slaves, being that it once was the largest owning slave population in the North, and although many households owned no slaves at all, it wasn't unusual for wealthy landlords to have as many as 10. Simon Sands, the man in the name of the village of Sands Point, has records that point towards being the grandson of a ship captain, an early resident of Cowneck, who left his son, John Sands, an inheritance of more than 130 acres of land and slaves, one of them being Cato Sands, freed just after the Revolutionary War, granted his freedom by John in his will in 1782. Cato Sands would be one of the 5 slaves freed. History is unclear why John Sands gave him his freedom, but theory suggests it's because Cato helped Simon Sands during the Revolutionary War. And just after the end of the Revolutionary War, Cato was freed and would later spend $400 to buy more than 3 acres of land near Mill Pond Road, a small fortune for an African-American person, but an investment made for a better life for himself, his wife, and 5 children, and his parcel in Port Washington still stands today off of Harbor Road at 35 Mill Pond Road.
Cato's ancestors most likely entered the New York area from Africa, from areas like Guinea, Senegal, or the Gold Coast, where slaves were predominantly shipped from the New World via the West Indies. If Cato was not born in Cowneck, he may have been purchased by Simon Sands at the slave market on Wall Street in New York City, where the Blacks and Native Americans could be bought, sold, or hired. Cato rose from being a slave to becoming one of the first homeowners on Long Island. He contributed to his community in so many ways, including farming and shipbuilding. He unfortunately passed away at the early age of 31, but leaves behind a legacy of courage and bravery. 200 years later, Cato's home is open to the public with a plaque to commemorate a history that should never be forgotten.